on a $10 million equity raise, if 30% of the ownership of the entire deal goes to the capital raisers, then that means that whoever raises the most money is going to get the most portion of that 30% of the GP. If you're a residential real estate agent earning $200,000 a year and you want to grow your passive income, this show's for you. Learn the secrets other agents use and hear from experts in our field in order to guide you along your journey to investing in assets like apartment communities so that you can turn your commissions into cash flow. I'm Randall DeCleared. Let's go, baby. Welcome back to another episode. I'm so glad that you're here today. I am jumping in. We're going to talk about a topic that I think will be educational. Hopefully it provides some value for any of you out there who are looking to dabble maybe or jump full in on either syndications or funds. As a big part of the show, I've been interviewing a ton of agents about what they're doing in their business and how it can help you grow your active income so that you can then invest some of that money. So today I want to talk about what investing some of that money looks like. One of the topics, I was talking to a group of operators just the other night, and I was like, how do I get more agents involved? How do I get more real estate professionals involved? It kind of came back full circle and it was like, do they understand really what is happening and how they get involved at all? That's what I want to talk about today. Not just investing your money as a limited partner, but what if you want to get into the active side of one of these large real estate deals? What does it look like? And so we're going to talk very specifically today about co-GP or co-general partners and what that means. So let's dive in. Let's say you are like one of the many agents had the opportunity to speak with. You're a top producer. You are really doing well in your brokerage business. You're earning a lot of active income and you have a great network. Those are all very common things among top producers, and that's what you are doing. If you want to leverage your network and say raise some capital into an opportunity that is presented by myself or someone like me, an operator who's focused on the multifamily asset class, then what you would become would be a co-general partner, or you could become a co-general partner in that deal, depending on how it's structured. What that means is within lead sponsor or a general partner's structure, whenever we go out and we take down, an easy example, a 200 unit multifamily deal in Texas. For that deal, maybe we need to raise, say, $10 million in equity, and it's a 50% loan to value. We're going to get a $10 million loan from the bank. All we need is $10 million. There are some operators who raise all of that internally, and then some partner with other capital raisers to bring capital into those transactions. Those partners would be called co-GPs. You're on the general partner team, but you're not the lead sponsor. You're not the main general partner. You would be considered a co-GP. What that allows is for a general partnership to be broken into different sizes of ownership of that general partnership entity. If you go out and raise capital, there's a lot of different ways to structure these deals. I don't want to dive into the myriad of ways to structure general partnership splits. Assume that capital raisers who are bringing that $10 million to that deal get 30% ownership of the general partnership. Throwing out a lot of numbers. Hopefully it's not too confusing. I want to make it as simple as possible to understand this so that you have a good grasp on this. I'm also putting together it's not so much a coaching program, it's just kind of a video tutorial sort of deal where I go through on a whiteboard and break this down in more detail so you can see it and get a better idea of what it is. For the purposes of a podcast, I'm trying to keep as many numbers out as possible, so just keep it high level. But again, on a $10 million equity raise, if there's 30% of the ownership of the entire deal goes to the capital raisers, then that means that whoever raises the most money is going to get the most portion of that 30% of the GP. So again, muddy whenever you're talking about this on a podcast, but hopefully that makes sense. And that gives you an opportunity as a co-GP to come into a deal that you are getting the benefit of an expert operator running a property. So you don't have to do any of the property management. You don't have to do any of the asset management, turning the units, any of that business that goes on the actual operational side of it. Your contribution is going out to your network, telling them that you have a fantastic opportunity, putting them into the deal as a limited partner. So if you go out and you say, of the 10, I'm going to commit to raising $500,000. So then you go out, you raise that, they come into the deal. Now you're on the general partnership team. You get to attend all the asset management calls. You get to see the inner workings of a transaction and what happens on the back end. And you're bringing investors into a deal that you are now a part owner of. It's a very easy way to get into it because you are literally presenting an opportunity to investors in your network that can get access to these opportunities that they may not otherwise see. We're proud to be sponsored by Ridgeline Investment Group. Ridgeline has a track record of transacting more than $53 million in assets throughout Texas. Ridgeline is currently looking to acquire 100 to 200 unit Class B multifamily communities between 5 and 20 million in San Antonio, Temple, Waco, Tyler, and other Texas secondary markets. To learn more about Ridgeline Investment Group, visit www.ridgelineig.com. And the benefit to you, again, you can go out and now you can say on your resume that you are a partner in a 200 unit deal that was purchased for $20 million. It's just a way for you to start getting into the world of larger deals. I want to save something, I guess, for a course that you can actually log in and take a look at to break down and understand if you raise that $500,000, how much that would equate to any of the fees you may earn for raising that, any of the cash flows that are coming out of the property. And so I have a model that goes through and explains all of that. And so in the course, if you go to, again, it's going to be commission-to-cashflow.com. If you want to register for the syndication course, go ahead and pre-register for that, and we'll be putting that out shortly. But in the course, I'm going to actually go through, I'll have a spreadsheet up and we can go through in detail and tell you, okay, if you were to raise $500,000 for this specific deal, this is how much percent ownership of the GP you would have. The general partnership is earning X, Y, and Z on this fee, that fee, boom, boom, boom. And based on that, this is how much you're going to earn. You can break it down that far so that you actually know what you're getting into ahead of time before you start raising money into the deal. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I've talked to so many different agents. One guy sticks out. Will, you stick out in particular. You are already doing this. You're already talking to clients who have maybe just sold a house. They exited something or they sold a second home. And the way the market is right now, they're wondering where they should put their money. And you, being frontline, seeing how much they just earned, you have a great conversation starter right there with them to say, look, you just sold this. You're going to have to pay some capital gains. You're going to have to pay whatever the tax burden looks like. Why don't you go ahead and funnel that money into another asset in real estate, get some tax benefits, get some depreciation, get all the long-term cash flow benefit, and all the benefits of investing in one of these syndicated deals, and you can bring them into the deal. And Will, you weren't getting paid for it at the time we had our conversation. I hope you are now. I'm going to bring you back on and talk to you soon enough. But it is an easy transition for you to simply put them into deals that you are then becoming a partner on. I encourage anyone listening to this, give me a call, shoot me an email. If you are interested in that sort of a setup, then we can have that conversation, start the conversation. It's a long-term relationship building business, and it's a team sport. Anytime you're looking at taking down some of these larger assets, it's a team sport. I'm building the bench now. I want to talk to as many of you as possible. If you are interested in this, again, you can go to Commission to Cash Flow, throw your information in there. And as soon as that course is out, then you guys will have access to it. It's completely free. There's nothing that you have to do in there. I just want to share as much knowledge as I can and build the network that I have of agents so that, one, you're able to get into these bigger deals. That alone will help you build your passive income. Just doing that will help you build your passive income, and it doesn't cost you anything. To raise money for a deal does not cost you a dime. You're going out, you're spending time, you're having conversations with the same people and clients and friends and family that you always talk to. You just have another arrow in your quiver that you can go out and talk to people about. All right. I hope this information was helpful. I know it was a quick hit. I aim for these Friday episodes to be very short, just so you can get a bit of information and reach out to me if you have anything else that you want to talk about in depth. So again, thanks for joining me. We'll see you on the next episode.
Surprisingly, most of the agents we speak with got into real estate hoping to gain passive income and become work optional. However, only 1 in 5 ever start investing. Most are simply too afraid to start. Once you get educated by listening to this show, you'll be able to overcome that fear and become the 1 in 5 who are finding financial freedom. Don't miss a single episode. If you want to stay up to date, the best way is to make sure you're subscribed. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and do it now. And we'll catch you on the next episode.